Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Kirk Talk. Now, looking at the past couple of videos that I put out, it seems that they were pretty successful. The last three videos that I made were based off some of my favorite characters from a very popular series called Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. Now, it being October and time to be getting into costumes and Halloween and all that spooky fun stuff, I was kind of thinking about if I, hypothetically, were in the world of Jojo's Bizarre Adventure, what would my stand be? And I thought about it for quite some time of what my stand's name would be and what my powers would be. And I just thought I'd do a really quick talk video about it, give my 2 cents, be like, yeah, this would be its ability, this would be its powers and all that jazz. But enough of that. So, to start off, I was thinking about what the type of stand would be. And I figured my stand would be a medium to close range stand, more like a fighting stand, so it would be humanoid. And the musical reference of the stand, because most stands are musical references, would be ELO, Electric Light Orchestra. You know, the guys who do Mr. Blue Sky. And the reason why I picked that name was because I believe it hasn't been used yet in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So I thought, hey, might as well take it before Rocky does, right? And I also came up with the name because I thought of the power that it would have. Now, the design of the stand, like I said, would be a humanoid, so about like a standard humanoid stand size, so however big like Star Platinum or Hierophant Green was compared to Kakyoin and Jotaro, for example. And I figured the design would be really cool is if its head was like a plug, kind of like Elekid from Pokemon, and if its eyes was like a plus and minus sign for the positive and negative charge on a thing of a battery. It could have a little square for its mouth. I don't know. I thought that'd be really cool. And then I figured for its design, it could have yellow and black stripes going down it. Give that electric kind of feel. And I figured that the base of its power would come from a giant electrical backpack on its back, or like a charge pack. And now, whereas Red Hot Chili Pepper kind of needed to be connected to electricity to work, my stand would be able to move from it, but it would only have a limited amount of power before it needed to find a new source and recharge. So that kind of gives it a limiting ability. Now, as far as powers, I thought of a couple good ones. I thought, of course, making an electric force field to block damage or to shoot lightning out of its palms. But as far as that goes, I think it'd be really cool. It was punching stuff. It was oh, and then electricity was coming out and shocking people. And be ah. I don't know. I just thought that would be really cool. Now, as far as the stats of the stand, I think it'd be kind of hard to make it even. So I just kind of threw together that. I used the stand wheel that Araki uses. So I figured I would use that as a basis for my stand. Now, as far as power, probably give it a B. Not super strong like Star Platinum, but not really weak like Hierophant Green, for example. As far as speed, I'd probably give that an A, wanting it to be pretty quick, because it has electricity going through it, a lot of energy. But I think that as the energy gets drained out of its backpack, as it goes down and down, it would get slower. And same thing with power, kind of like Chili Pepper. Now, as far as range, I'd probably give that probably a B as well, just because it could do a short electrical burst, but not a crazy thing like the 20-meter emerald splash. No. I wouldn't have a stand with that kind of ridiculous barrier and having it be close range too, because you do have to kind of have it be even. Unless you're the world and you can stop time, or you can go back in time by exploding people, or any JoJo's villain has an overpowered stand. But me being me, I'd like to give it some sort of realistic ability. But anyway, so as far as durability goes, I would probably give it a C, having it be a little bit lower on the durability side, because like I said, as the electricity goes down, of course the electric power is going to leave it, and then it's going to get weaker the more damage it takes, and then if it doesn't hit an electric source, it'll lose all of its power. Now, as far as precision, I'm not really sure what that would mean. I'm not sure if that would be I'm not really sure how precision would work, because when I think of precision, I think of Star Platinum and how it could look and see oh, okay, there's a bug in this picture and I can draw it really quick, or you know, like shooting a bullet, for example. Like that's really good precision. So I'd probably give it like maybe a C or a D for precision, just because I'm not really sure how precise I could be with like electric shots unless I have like a little beam out of my finger. But that being said, that could actually be pretty good. Let's keep it at a C. I think that's pretty fair. Now, as far as potential, I think it'd be fair to give it an A or a B, only because I think that having electric powers has a lot of room for growth and a lot you could do with it, such as like, you know, stopping hearts, or like bringing people back, or like starting vehicles, or like charging things or decharging things. You know, like have like a negative charge to counteract with the positive charge, something like that, which I think would be really cool. So that's what I would give it. I'd probably give it an A for potential. So as you could probably tell, like my stand, if I did have one, would not be like crazy overpowered, but you know, if I could ever get like an artist sketch of the design, I think that'd be like really cool. Maybe I'll hit it one of my friends, or maybe I'll paint it myself, like my little Solaire or my little Nito in the background. Maybe that'll be my next art project. Will be fleshing out my stand and designing it. I don't know. I think that'd be a fun little thing for me to do. Now that being said, this video is a little bit shorter than some of my other ones have been, and like I said, I just wanted to follow it with the JoJos with another one. It's talking about stands because I really didn't do it for myself. Now, currently it is the month of October, so of course I'm going to have some Halloween things, some spooky stuff, you know, talking about like scary games and scary movies, what I like, what I don't like, and maybe even seeing a couple of Halloween costumes that I have planned out for this year. But that being said, lots more to come. Thank you guys so much for your constant support, especially with the last couple weeks or so. Like, dang, I'm just really happy with all the support I'm getting and the reception I'm getting. So I hope that you leave some good feedback in the comments so I can know how to make my content better, and just how I can do a better job. So that being said, this has been another episode of Kirk Talk, and I will see you guys next time.